Today I'm going to talk about all the things going on out there that are really, really disturbing. I'm going to tell you the source of it, and I'm going to share something with you that could possibly shift you into something super high, take you in a space of peace and understanding like you have never felt before. Yeah, in one video I'm going to present it to you. It's up to you to accept it or not. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. Remember when I used to drink coffee all the time? I actually still do. You ready? Trump, failed banks, food recalls, poisoned water. Yeah, hello, that didn't happen overnight. These things have been festering for decades. And now they are boiling to the top. This is what's happening. Now, I'm talking a lot in my videos about this, but in this video in particular, I want to tell you about the source. And I want to ask you if you can do this one exercise with me that could possibly change everything for you. I have a masterclass coming out, and we're going to focus on this today, called The Illusion of Me. The reason why we go into suffering and why all these things have happened in the first place is because the me, the illusion of me, has been operating. The illusion of me is that I am me focused on my needs and what I'm going to get many times, most of the time at the expense of others, because it's more important to protect me. This is how people use chemicals and can work in facilities that would allow the things that are going on to poison us. And by not saying anything, I protect the illusion of me, because if I say something, I might lose my job. The me that's in a political position up here that isn't getting what they want because the ego is so huge, it needs attention and control, and it will absolutely sacrifice the peace of others to gain what me wants. That's a big me illusion. But there are other me's that will listen to that and say, me agrees with that. And so this is separation. Now here's the source, absolute source of me, is because everything comes down to what me gets. What or wants and doesn't get. When you go to the other, and every single thought, action, everything you do is about the other, which is you also, one, everything changes. Now, how do we do that? Like, I'm going to, care about this, jackass in position, some high position that's trying to cause all kinds of problems and has all these, grandiose, no. Governments, corporations, all this stuff. I want you to look at the source of what they're doing. They are in fear. When you know this, you stop trying to figure out the actions or whatever they're doing or whatever ridiculous discussions people are having in conflict and arguing. You stop looking at the argument and you look at the fear behind it. There's a history with every single person that allows them to be doing what they're doing, and it has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. 100%. It's the control, the needs of the me that is directing all of this, is controlling all this, is requiring this. It's ego. So the illusion of me says if I don't get that relationship or if you don't act a certain way, right? They're unhappy, and so they may fight for that, so they cause conflict. It's not really about you. It's about the me, the ego, having to control and have its needs met in the material world. Right? When you see that in the other person, you realize, oh, it's not about them getting me in the relationship or me and how I act. There's another person they could find that acts exactly the way they want them to. It's the control mechanism and the low frequency that they're in that's driving that behavior. What happened before that? Now, they made choices because all of us have experiences, and so whatever we do with those experiences, we can make a higher choice. Some people are in such deep density that they don't even see those choices, or they don't look very appealing. Being nice doesn't look appealing. You know, if I have power and control, I'm former investment banker, financial industry. You know, if you weren't a mean jackass when you needed to be, you didn't get very far. It was a requirement. You had to have steel kahunas, steel. You go into negotiations, there's no crying on Wall Street. And so this is how the world operates in the ego, me, state of being. And so you're down there fighting in that dark basement with the rats and the mold, and there's no light in there. And the only way you're going to get out is if you claw over all the other density beings, because there's nothing else in there. All right? And they see the world that way. That is their world. Can you go into light? And light shines on the darkness and sees the pain and sees the fear. When you're in darkness, you can't see that. You have to go into light to see that. And so light recognizes that that is one, that is me, and that pain isn't separate from me. It's another extension. It's another adventure. It's another expression of one light that has gone so deep. If you ever go diving, I'm an advanced diver. I did a deep dive once. It was so dark down there, yet there was still light. Color was removed. Everything was a deep blue. Right? It wasn't pitch black. It was a deep blue. The reds and the greens, all of that was gone. And the lower we got, the more it became just one deep, dark color. It was still beautiful. And then the higher we came, the more we saw the light and more colors, and this is how it works. And if you're down there and you don't know any difference, that's your world. And so I want to just say to you, can you right now, no matter who you hate or despise or blame, can you look at them and say, okay, I don't have to approve or join them or say they're okay, because they're not okay in a world that desires peace. But if I go into compassion and I see that is an extremely fearful person, bullies never pick on others their size or bigger, right? They're the most fearful. They're the most insecure. So they strike out to prove how powerful they are. And the meek shall inherit the earth. So the source of what you're seeing out there is the me that didn't care about anybody else, and all of that's coming to light. All of it's coming to light. The banking, everything. There are people in positions that know darn well that the things that go on in banks can't be sustainable. That eventually it'll collapse, and that there are decisions being made that may be in their favor, or they go along with others, other me's, to keep their jobs or keep the silence, and that's ending. It's ending because they will collapse. They are collapsing now. And as I shared with you, the big event isn't one thing. It's a series of pretty significant things. It's going to continue on and on and on. You have to raise your frequency. You have to see them for what they are, not as enemies or separation. All right? Not as enemies or separation. You see them as others making choices in the basement level. And if we shine a light, they can find their way up. But if we push them down and lock that door, they are part of us. The pieces of that puzzle will never be in place. And so we will be incomplete, and we don't want that. Does this make sense? So I hope that you will share my videos. I hope you'll subscribe. It's not popular to say positive things and not put fear in you. the things that are going to happen, you don't need to fear because it is all positive. We are on our way to something super amazing. The golden era has already begun. Many people experiencing it because we have options now to create that. And it's okay to create that. And if you guys come over, I give you all kinds of options. I give you options from where you live, creating homesteads, even if you don't have money, creating businesses, doing good things so you're abundant, you're flourishing financially, but you're living a healthy lifestyle that's respectful to the planet and the others. And you're contributing in a positive way. You don't have to be the broke person. All right, you got to get out of that mentality that disempowers spiritual people from really being productive on the level that they could be in the material world. It's okay. Abundance is for everyone, not just evil people, right? Get that out of your head. Money is not evil. It's what you do with it. Your intentions are everything. So I hope you'll subscribe. These are the free videos for the internet training. I have another platform coming out soon. Of course, you guys that are in here, I redid all of my videos here. You get some really cool stuff in there. So I hit every area of your life, from health to where you live to earning money to I give you free meditations, everything. I want to equip you. And if you have requests, let me know. I'll create things. I got some great stuff coming out, more great content to help you to shift into that loving, compassionate space. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. Namaste.